Happy Friday once again. Welcome to the Weekender, friends and family. My A's, they let me down this year. We made some good moves during the trade deadline, but our pitching just didn't come through. The Giants, I guess, you know what, they're the beast right now. I still haven't picked a playoff team just yet who I'm going to really root for. You know, it's kind of hard to root for them Giants across the bay. But how about those Raiders? We're 3-0 at the present, and we got a big Monday night football game. So should be exciting down in LA because that's almost like a home game. I don't care if it is the Rams or the Chargers. It's still Oakland, LA, Vegas. Call it what you want to. This week's topic. It kind of started out this week from a conversation or something that actually happened on my mother's street this week. My mother's street, one of the telephone poles caught on fire and it knocked out the power for about 15 hours. And so we had to go over there and get her a little power supply to try to charge up her phone. So in the process, it kind of got me thinking about a new weekender topic. And a lot of the forecasters have been kind of saying that it looks like we're going to get some rain this year. So that means, you know, we've had a lot of dry seasons. So up in the hills, you know, it's going to be some slides. And then always in California, there's always that chance of fire. So I thought it would be an ideal topic to come up with something for homeowners. And this week's topic is ways to protect against storms and disasters. Obviously, here in California, we're going to always have our fire disasters. And then if we do get some rains, these are some tips that you could use that might help you if you get into an area where you're in a flood zone or you're in a fire zone. The first thing that we want to recommend that you do is check around the house and clean out your gutters. I mean, gutters, if your gutters are cleaned out and they have the proper drainage, it prevents water from settling around the house. And that can, in sense, help without water saturating and maybe messing up your foundation. Number two, what you want to do is protect your roof. We protect our roof by, if we have some trees that's overhanging nearby our house, we might want to cut those back because when the leaves get wet, what happens is they may, make the branches heavy, may make the tree heavy. And at that point, you know what happens, the tree may fall on the house. So that's one of the good things we might want to do is we want to, trim up the trees, make sure that they're cut away from the house. Step number three, you might want to create a French drain. If you live in an area where you're going to, possibility a lot of rain and some floods, you might want to make sure that you do that French drain this year because they are forecasting that we may get a little rain this year. And prepare for power outages. I mean, my mom had a power outage, and so we've been thinking about it for a couple of years about getting a generator. You might want to go get a gas generator. I just looked at Harbor Freight. They have the Predator 4000. It's only $349. That's a generator that you could pour gas into. One tank of gas gets you up to 10 hours. Another good tip for if you do have a a power outage is you can get those lanterns that have the USB connectors to them. We actually have one. We forget to use it sometime unless the power is really out for quite some time. But that's something I'm going to go out and purchase for my mom now so that she could have the USB lantern. What they do is you just plug the lantern in, some are battery operated and some have to be charged. So you kind of want to get those kind of things going right now. Another way to prevent and protect against fire damage is, do some hardscape landscaping. Obviously, if your patio is cement, it's a difference between cement versus you got mulch and weeds and things of that nature. And one of the things you also want to do is also make sure that you do start removing all the leaves and debris because those things kind of catch on fire. Item number 5 or item number 6 we're up to right now. Update your insurance. Make sure that your insurance is updated. Make sure if you can get flood insurance. We know in California, it's really hard to get earthquake insurance, but you can in most cases get flood insurance if you don't have it. And then finally, the last tip I have for you is check for those fire extinguishers. We have a couple in the kitchen right now. But make sure that you do have a fire extinguisher handy. Make sure you know it's up to date. It hasn't expired. They're really inexpensive. It's something to keep around the house in event that we do have some type of emergency, and hopefully we don't. I hope this has been a help. Again, tune in next week. We have a wonderful listing that we're going to be putting up starting next week. So you should see a video, should be a snap with the next Weekender. And again, thank you for subscribing. Tune in to the Weekender next week. It's going to be really exciting. Again, thank everybody, and everybody have a wonderful weekend.